Here I am going to consider about relative motion. Relative motion, what is that? Relative motion, actually relative velocity and also relative motion, relative acceleration, relative, there are so many relative things, relative displacement, and also we can consider it as displacement. There are so many different things we can consider. And also inertial frames and non-inertial frames in Newton's law, not Newton's law, Newton mechanics is also important. But here we are not going to consider about those things. We are not going to consider those things in a philosophical way. We are only going to consider about the highly important parts such as relative motion. Here relative motion, we know that when we consider about relative velocity, how to write it? What is the meaning of VBA? VB comma A. What is that? VB comma A loop. What's that? VB comma A. What's that? What's that? What's that? VB comma A. What is that? VB comma A. It means velocity of A, sorry, velocity of B relative to A. Velocity of B relative to A. So how to write it? Here VBE plus VEA is that. What is this E? E is earth. E is earth. So if we write this, velocity of B relative to earth, velocity of earth relative to A, you will ask that, sir, how to define relative velocity of earth relative to A? It's something contradictional. No, there will be no contradictions. If you know about the velocity of A relative to earth towards this direction as 10, then VEA will be 10 for this direction. You want to get the opposite direction. It's the only thing you want to do. These are vectors. You can remember vectors. Right. This is the, so if we write it for acceleration, how to write? I am asking the acceleration of B relative to A. So VBE plus ABE plus AEA will be that. Okay, these are accelerations. This is relative acceleration. You can write it to relative displacement as well. When considering about some question papers in London examinations, these relative motion, relative displacement questions are coming with both questions. That means not both questions, that are not both questions. When considering about some stories, there are some stories telling that there is a boat and there is a boy at one end of the boat, and that boy trying to go to the other end of that boat. But the thing is, there is a velocity for the river also, so we can define the velocity of boat relative to river also. But the thing is, when the boy is moving, there will be a relative motion will come due to the motion of river. These will be the questions you must face. Don't think about those things much deeper. You don't want to do that. And the other case is, let's consider about optics and thermal physics from next video. Thermal physics equations. And also optics as well, because focal length and also the length equations, not equations, length equation, those are important. Relative humidity, when considering about thermal physics, it will also be beneficial for your examinations. Let's memorize those things.